One morning, a 7-year-old boy rushed angrily into his mother's room with a gun, where his pregnant mother was preparing to take him to school. "Jesus Christ, Junior, what are you doing with your father's gun?" Junior's mother asked fearfully, and Junior did not say anything. Instead, he walked angrily towards his mother, pointing the gun at her. "What is wrong with you, Junior? What exactly are you doing in my room with your father's gun? Are you drunk or something?" Junior's mother asked, her voice trembling in fear. "Woman, if I hear one more word from you, I will shoot you right now." Junior replied angrily, pointing the gun at his mother. "Junior, what came over you? Before I close and open my eyes, give me that gun or I will beat you mercilessly this morning, and you will not eat anything today, nor will I take you to school to write your final exams. Give me that gun now," Junior's mother said. And as she rushed to forcefully collect the gun from Junior, she was shocked by what happened. Once upon a time, there lived a couple named Kenneth and Angela, who were happily married and had a 7-year-old son named Junior. It all started when Kenneth left his house one morning without informing his wife, who was 7 months pregnant, which made her extremely worried because her husband had never done such a thing. Angela began calling his number several times at night, but he refused to answer, leaving Angela extremely worried. "Why is he not picking up the phone? Oh, God, what could have happened to my husband? I just pray nothing bad happens to him," Angela exclaimed, and she was unable to sleep that night because she kept calling and thinking about her husband. The next day, Angela began looking for her husband everywhere but could not find him. She then went to her husband's best friend's house to look for her husband. "Please, Matthew, have you seen my husband?" "No, madam, but I talked to him last night." "Did he not tell you where he went?" Matthew, Kenneth's friend, asked. "He left the house without informing me yesterday morning while I was preparing his breakfast, and I have called his phone number several times, but he has not answered, and I'm extremely worried because I do not want anything to happen to my husband." Angela exclaimed, "Please, hold on while I call him so you can speak with him," Matthew said as he dialed Kenneth's number. "Hello, Kenneth, where are you? Because your pregnant wife is desperately looking for you." Matthew asked, "Where is my wife?" Kenneth asked. "She is here with me," Matthew responded, and Kenneth quickly ended the call and turned off his phone. "Madam, did you have any problems or misunderstandings with your husband? Because it is obvious that something is wrong between the two of you." "Matthew, I have no issues with my husband. He left the house yesterday while I was preparing his breakfast." Angela responded sadly, "Please, no, return home. I will call him later. Trust me, he will return," Matthew said, and Angela sadly left his house. Matthew then called Kenneth, but his phone was switched off. The following morning, Kenneth awoke and told the woman he had abandoned his family to come spend 3 days with her. "Monica, ever since I met you, I have been fed up with my wife. I no longer have any feelings for her. So what do you intend to do at this point?" Monica asked. "I do not know what to do. I am completely confused, and I cannot divorce her because she is 7 months pregnant. I wish you would leave my house so I could marry you without hesitation." "What is your wife's weakness? What is her biggest fear?" Monica asked. "My wife is extremely afraid of guns and dogs, which is why I do not have any dog in my house." "Okay, I have got a plan," Monica said. "What is the plan, please?" Matthew curiously asked. "Since you are looking for a way to drive your wife away, start threatening her with her weaknesses and you will see what happens." "How can I do that? I do not understand." "When you have a little misunderstanding with her and she talks to you in a way that you do not like, use a gun to threaten her instead of talking back to her. If you do this, she will find the house and marriage very uncomfortable, so she will have no choice but to quit the marriage because she will believe that you will kill her someday. Kenneth, if you truly love me and want to marry me, please implement this strategy." Monica pleaded. "Wow. Thank you very much. I love this plan and will not hesitate to put it into action." Kenneth appreciated her. Kenneth returned 3 days after leaving the house without informing his wife, and when he arrived, his wife was sitting in the parlor with her friend, Matthew's wife, crying and thinking about him while her friend comforted her, and when Kenneth saw his wife, he quietly went into his room without greeting her or asking how she was doing. "Angela, why is your husband acting like that?" Angela's friend asked. "Please, I am coming," Angela said as she rushed to her husband's room. "Where have you been for the past 3 days, honey? What did I do to you that caused you to abandon me in my condition for 3 days?" Angela asked sadly. "And who are you to ask me such a stupid question in my house?" Kenneth asked angrily. "Honey, why are you talking to me in that way? Please calm down and talk to me. Have I done anything wrong?" Angela asked. "See, woman, you have no right to ask where I went. I have every right to go wherever I want without informing anyone." Kenneth said, "I am your wife, and I have every right to ask where you went after abandoning me and our son for 3 days. Kenneth, what have I done to you that you would choose to treat me like a slave regardless of my circumstances?" Angela asked with teary eyes. "Woman, I do not have your time. Please leave my room right now." "Kenneth, I am not going anywhere until you explain where you have been for the past 3 days," Angela said, and Kenneth suddenly remembered what Monica had told him. So he opened his drawer, took out a gun, and began threatening his wife, and his wife screamed fearfully. Angela's friend and her husband Matthew, who had just returned from picking up Junior from school, ran to see what had caused Angela to scream in that manner. When they arrived, Kenneth was threatening his wife with a gun. "Kenneth, what is wrong with you? Why are you threatening your wife with a gun? Are you mad or something?" Matthew asked angrily. "Matthew, stay out of this. My wife is a very stubborn and annoying woman, and I need to deal with her harshly." "Kenneth, what came over you? Why are you torturing and hurting your poor pregnant wife in this way? Are you certain you are mentally okay?" Matthew asked, and Kenneth hissed and walked away. "Please, madam, do you have any problems with your husband?" Matthew asked. "Not at all, but my husband began misbehaving shortly after returning from abroad 2 weeks ago. Please, Angela, I propose that you report him to his parents so they can speak with him before things get out of hand." Angela's friend proposed. "No, it has not gotten to that point, and I believe he will return to himself very soon." Angela responded, "Madam, I believe my wife is correct because Kenneth is gradually turning to something else, and I no longer understand him." Matthew said, "Thank you very much, Matthew, but I want to give him a little time to see if he changes, and if he doesn't, I will report him to his family." Angela responded, "Angela, I propose you take action now while it is still very early because I perceive serious danger ahead." Angela's friend said, "Thank you, my dear friend, but I know my husband very well, and I believe he will turn a new leaf very soon. Most likely he is going through 1 or 2 challenges, which is why he is acting like that. It is okay if you say so. Honey, please let us go," Matthew's wife said as they left. From that day forward, Kenneth continued to threaten his wife with a gun for the slightest thing she said or did, and Angela endured him without reporting the issues to her family or Kenneth's family, and he frequently threatened his wife with a gun in front of their 7-year-old son, so the boy became so rude and stubborn that he no longer had any regard for his mother. One night, Junior asked his father Kenneth a strange question.
"Daddy, why do you always use a gun on Mommy when she is angry at you?"
"Junior, your mother is a very stubborn and troublesome woman. So I usually use the gun to threaten her in order to make her afraid of me and respect me. But it is just an empty gun without a bullet, and I only use it to scare her because she is afraid of guns." Kenneth responded.
"Thank you, Daddy,"
Junior said as he went back to his room. At midnight, Kenneth was about to go to the restroom when he noticed someone on CCTV climbing the fence to enter his compound. So he quickly pulled out a gun and loaded some bullets before tiptoeing outside to see the person. But when the person heard the sound of an opening door, he ran away, and Kenneth went back to his room and put the gun with the bullet in his drawer in case the person comes back. The next morning, Angela begged Kenneth to take her to the hospital because she was not feeling well. But he hissed and left the house. An hour later, Junior went to the dining table to eat breakfast while his mother prepared to take him to school. And as Junior was about to eat the food, he realized it was not the food he had asked their chef to prepare for him. So he carried it to the kitchen and asked the chef why she had not prepared what she had asked for. "Junior, your mother told me not to prepare the rice and stew for you this morning. Instead, she told me to give you tea and bread because she wants to leave early. So go eat your breakfast. When you get home from school, you will eat the rice and stew you are craving." The chef pleaded, and Junior angrily poured hot tea on her and said, "Start preparing my rice and stew, or I will report to my father when he returns." "Junior, who are you commanding to prepare rice and stew for you this early morning?" Angela asked as she stepped into the kitchen. The chef then explained everything to Junior's mother. So Angela decided to beat Junior for what he did to the chef before asking him to apologize to the chef.
"Mommy, I will never apologize to her, and I will tell Daddy that you beat me."
Junior arrogantly said, "Junior, if you do not apologize to her, I will not take you to school to write your final exam, and you will not eat either." Angela said, "He is just a little kid who knows nothing, and he is like my son, so I have already forgiven him, and I believe he will not do it again. Please let me make another tea for him." The chef pleaded, "You are the one who gives this boy the upper hand in doing things to you the way he wants. You always overpamper this boy, which is why he is behaving like this." Angela said, "I know, Ma, but he is like my son. The way I treat my son, I treat him as well. Let me quickly prepare the tea for him so you can take him to school. Please do it quickly. I do not have any more time," Angela said as she returned to her room to finish dressing. While the chef was preparing Junior's breakfast, Junior then remembered what his father told him the night before, so he rushed to his father's room and began looking for his father's gun. When he opened his father's drawer, he found the gun and his father had forgotten to remove the bullets. So Junior took the gun and stormed into his mother's room where she was getting ready to take him to school. "Jesus Christ! Junior, what are you doing with your father's gun?" Junior's mother asked fearfully, and Junior did not say anything. Instead, he walked angrily towards his mother, pointing the gun at her. "What is wrong with you? Junior, what exactly are you doing in my room with your father's gun? Are you drunk or what?" Junior's mother asked, her voice trembling in fear. "Woman, if I hear one more word from you, I will shoot you right now," Junior replied angrily, pointing the gun at his mother. "Die. Kenneth has ruined this boy's life for me, and I have always warned him, but he wouldn't listen to me. Junior, before I close and open my eyes, give me that gun or I will beat you mercilessly this morning and you will not eat anything today, nor will I take you to school to write your final exams. Give me that gun now," Junior's mother said, and as she rushed to forcefully collect the gun from Junior, Junior mistakenly pressed the trigger and shot his mother, causing her to scream painfully and fall to the ground, and Junior was traumatized and slumped immediately. When the chef heard the gunshot inside her madam's room, she dashed into the room, where she was shocked to find Angela lying lifeless on the ground, and Junior also lying on the ground. "Jesus!" She screamed and ran fearfully outside, calling the gatekeeper and Angela's newly hired driver. When they arrived at the room, they were stunned by what they saw. "What happened to Madam and her son?" the gatekeeper and driver asked coincidentally. "I don't know. Please let us rush them to the nearest hospital," the chef said. They then rushed Junior and his mother to the hospital, and when they arrived, the chef called Kenneth and told him what had happened to his wife and son. When Kenneth arrived, he was shocked by what he saw in the hospital. To be continued, please leave comments, like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, turn on the notification bell to be notified when part 2 is released. Thanks a million for watching.